Hello everyone and welcome to another BCP library craft video. My name is Katie and today I'm going to show you how you can make this apron belt that you can use at work or around the home, and you can just put things in it like this, like I've done here, and I'm going to be showing you how you can make one of these with an old pair of jeans. So what you need to do is take your old pair of jeans, and I've got a black pair, and then cut off the legs, and you can just do this roughly because you're going to be sewing along the inside, so it doesn't matter how unneat it is. We just need to get rid of the legs, and you can use those legs maybe for another craft project. And once you have cut off the legs, you need to turn the jeans inside out, so these are inside out. And once you have turned your jeans inside out, you then need to take a ruler and a pencil. I've got a white chalk pencil, but any pencil really will do as long as it shows up on your jeans. So I'm using my ruler and pencil to draw a straight line across the bottom, and this is going to act as a guide for when we sew our jeans up. So just doing a line all the way across, making sure it's as straight as I can make it. And once I had done this, I neatened up my cutting a little bit, because as you can see it's not the neatest because I just roughly cut the legs off. So I neatened up the cutting just a little bit, but it doesn't matter again if it's not too neat, because we're going to be turning these back the right way and the bottom bit will be on the inside of our apron, so it doesn't matter too much. So once you have done your line, then you need to get a needle and thread, and I chose a black thread because my jeans are black, and because I'm not the neatest at sewing, I didn't want any of my stitches to show. So I just pinned the jeans together like this and then sewed along the line. And this is going to be similar to how I made the face masks. I sewed along the line one way, just doing a normal stitch, and then sewed back in the gaps to tighten it up and make it a bit more secure. And sewing isn't my thing, as you might have noticed, but that's okay because this is going to be turned the right way round. This is inside out, so you don't see this part of the sewing at all. So here is my jeans turned the right way, and as you can see it is a neater line along the bottom. And I decided to sew a zip on top of mine, so I got a zip. I have some zips at home in my craft room, so I used one of those, but you don't have to do this step. I just wanted my things to be a little bit more secure, and this makes the bigger pocket close and there's no risk of things falling out. But you don't have to do this, it's totally up to you. But if you do a zip, I suggest you pin it onto the top of your jeans first and make sure the zip is open when you sew it, because it's far easier to sew an open zip onto something than a closed zip. So you just sew one side at a time like I'm doing here, and this can be quite tricky because denim is quite thick, so you just have to be careful really and just be a little bit patient. So I decided to go for a pink zip because I wanted it to contrast with my jeans, because I think bright pink and black are a really nice combination, but you can choose whatever colour you want. You don't even have to do a zip if you don't want to. So once I had sewn my zip on, I decided to sew on some embellishments to my apron. So I've decided to get some sequins. I kind of follow the pattern that's on the pocket. As you can kind of see, it goes down into a loop, and I just sewed one sequin on at a time, going all the way around and then back round the loop and to the other side of the pocket. And this can be quite a nice activity to do maybe in an evening when you've come home from work, or you just got something you want to watch on telly but you want to kind of do something creative at the same time, because it can be quite nice and relaxing to do this. And I did blue sequins on one pocket and pink sequins on the other. Well, they're kind of like an iridescent pink on the other. And once I had sewn all the sequins on, I decided to add some buttons onto each pocket as well. But you can add whatever you like on. You can maybe make some flowers out of felt or sew some patches of fabric on. Maybe you've got some badges you want to add on. I did add some badges later on to mine. It's totally up to you, whatever you've got lying around really that you want to use. You can sew beads on, you can sew some embroidery. If you're into embroidery, you can maybe do a nice embroidered pattern. But yeah, I decided just to sew some buttons on because I have quite a lot of badges that I want to put on. And yeah, it's totally up to you how you decorate your apron. I didn't want to go too much because I was going to be wearing it at work, so I didn't want things to catch on things, but again I wanted it to be quite decorative and unique. And this is a good way of recycling some old jeans, and especially at the moment because we can't take things to charity shops aren't really accepting donations. So if you've got some old clothes that you want to get rid of, you can turn it into one of these. Any trousers really would work, and especially the belt loops are really useful because you can attach it to the belt that you're wearing on whatever clothes you want to wear for the day, and you can just attach it through the loops on the apron and to your own trousers. And once you have finished, you can fill your apron with things you need for work. So I've put in my hand sanitizer, my work badge, a face mask that I've made in a previous BCP video. It's quite useful at the moment when travelling on the bus, and some pens as well. I like to stock up my apron with plenty of pens because you always need a pen when you're at work. So that's my apron, and so this is my apron. You can do whatever you want with yours. You don't even have to use jeans. You might have some trousers that you want to recycle, or a skirt maybe, but this is the basic idea. And like I said, you just attach it to your clothing with a belt, and it's particularly helpful if your clothing has belt loops as well. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.